フォーエバースーパー戦隊、ゼニスマン。
Continuing on with the previous episode, Mosiah, along with the new recruit, Isaji Eitaku as Zenith Black, gets encountered by Suito, who asks what is he talking to the man about, making Mosiah scared if she finds out his secret that Hayami gave him. However, Isaji steps in to explain that he found and rescued Mosiah during the natural crisis, if Suito remembers that, to which she replies no, and that she came searching for Mosiah to resume their date at the Nostalgia Center. Before leaving, Mosiah whisperingly apologizes to Isaji that he can explain the reason later, giving each other farewell salutes. The two return to the center to head to the karaoke room to sing the warmth song that Mosiah purchased for Suito, as we see a young gentleman trying to find the ring he dropped, revealing in his index finger is the number 24 ring.
レガシー5は、救助トゥモロー。
The next day on a Sunday, Mosiah and Suito are enjoying their meals at Banto Asahi's meal paradise just until the gentleman from before asks the two if they have a golden ring labeled number 23 that he dropped, revealing his index finger ring, which leads Mosiah surprised to say no but did have the numbers 50 and 8 rings as his toys, and asks if he could have that ring from the man as part of his collection. However, the gentleman says no, introducing himself as Shaiko, who aims to collect various golden rings as his own collection of gold, commanding Mosiah to give him those 2 rings. This was stopped when Isaji arrived to maintain peace in the Nostalgia Center and explains that he have the number 23 ring in his possession, which he finds out the gentleman was the one who lost it, but refuses to give it to the gentleman of his own greed. This makes Shaiko mad to reveal that gold is what makes the world go round and money, and that he will not leave until the two give him the 3 rings they possessed. After the two refuse to do so, Shaiko tells them they will have until night time to give him their rings or else they'll have no tomorrow. As he then leaves the center, Isaji apologizes to Banto about the commotion, to which the letter's fine as it was a little argument, though surprised to hear Mosiah having that number 8 ring that the owner's been searching for that gives him retro vibes, telling Mosiah to keep it with care along with other rings they might find. After finishing his meal to tell Suito he has to take a dump, Mosiah takes Isaji outside of the center privately to teleport both to the secret base to meet with Heimu, who explains to Isaji about the birth of Zenithman and finding recruits of the Sera's first Super Sentai to defeat the last 3 members of Cloudis. After viewing Isaji's actions during Black Bagmoman's attack, Heimu explains that he chose that man to become the Black Ranger of urban music that was created by Black Americans, as this represents Isaji's duty of maintaining and protecting every race of people's happiness and harmony in Nostal City. Isaji is honored to rescue everything that the earth holds dear, despite the fact that he doesn't like police brutality, as his dream is to take on 2 rescue services as part-time jobs, a firefighter like his dad, while a paramedic like his mom, to continue on with their legacy. Mosiah tells Isaji to use the GoGoV ring and press the microphone's pink button, bringing out a holographic screen showcasing Mato and Matsuri Tatsumi, Go Red and Go Pink, who have listened to this conversation, as the two are happy about it to tell Isaji that if he, Mosiah, and the last 3 recruits work together, then they can overcome any obstacles that comes their way, as this was the Tatsumi siblings' motto when facing against the Smith family. Back at Nostal City by night, Shaiko is heading to the center to get the 3 rings from Mosiah and Isaji, however gets confronted by Silence, who restrains him for the new Jackaman, Ganglermon, the Gangler from Lupin vs. Patranger, taking the number 24 ring out of the man's finger to keep it in its safe, though wanting the ring back. Shaiko, however, runs away in fear. Just then Mosiah and Isaji arrive to confront the two, as Silence reveals that the Jackaman will use the power of the number 24 ring representing the Timerangers to go back in time to where the Super Sentai's last battle was held in 2027, planning to prevent those heroes from saving the universe into everlasting happiness. The two will not let that happen, explaining there will be no tomorrow if the members of Cloudis did that, and that people need and will have their tomorrows of happiness and safety. The two then transform to get the ring out of the safe, but with no luck. until Isaji uses the Gozi Yuja ring to summon Gozi Unicorn's Unicorn Drill 50 to perform the drill attack, weakening Ganglermon while creating a big hole on the safe to allow Isaji to get the Timeranger ring out, much to silence anger. The voice from the ring, Time Red, is glad that someone managed to save them from a gentleman and the monster of their greed, while Time Pink tells the two heroes that the Time Rangers will help them defeat their enemies to save the future. This allows Isaji to use the ring to summon the main protagonist and leader respectively to help the Zenithman, weakening Ganglermon and silence who the latter retreats. As Ganglermon gets destroyed by the Vector and Beat Cross performed by the two Time Rangers and Zenithman, Ganglermon gets reactivated into a giant as Isaji summons the Time Robo Alpha for the 4 active Rangers to pilot and weaken the Jackaman, before Zenith Black takes the center to use the Space-Time Sword for the Robo to perform the Press Blizzard, time pausing the Jackaman as well as the music before Isaji says, "Time up." The clock rang 3 times as it strikes at 12, resuming time where the monster gets destroyed for good, hiding in the alleyway from the people to view their seniors from a holographic screen. Mosiah and Isaji thank Tatsuya and Yuri, Time Red and Pink, while bringing out another holographic screen for Moto and Matsuri to have a happy conversation with the 4. As the recent Sentai team will do their best to create a tomorrow where future incidents like the attack from the 3 generals never occur all over again. Due to having school tomorrow, Mosiah tells Isaji they can search for the 3rd recruit on Saturday. The next day, Isaji is continuing observing the people until Shiko approaches him. However, the gentleman himself doesn't remember having the numbers 23 and 24 golden rings before explaining the feeling like getting into money and gold is a lot of greed, and that he wants to become something good that doesn't involve any greed. Isaji is proud of Shiko's change of character, but surprised upon his loss of memory like other citizens of Nostal City. As the future part-time double rescue service man himself is happy that everlasting peace will return once the 3 generals are gone for good.